Hello and welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how I color the silicone. I'm using EcoFlex 20 and I'm going to show you how I color it for my silicone dolls. In this video, I'm only going to be coloring part A, so I'm going to move this to the side. And I'm going to start by pouring out this silicone. For this video, I'm just going to use part A. And I'm going to fill it up to that little line there. So that way I don't make a mess when I am mixing it. I also put a little sticker on the A cups because I could not find a marker. So, so for coloring the silicone, there's a few ways you can do it. So I'm gonna zoom in a bit. So obviously the silicone is clear and it is limitless. There's so many things that you can do with silicone. I'm gonna be making doll babies, reborn babies out of this silicone. So I try to match it to my skin tone. I try to match it to like the inside of my arm, but I'm a few different colors depending on the time of the year. So it could kind of vary. I've been doing this for 2 years, so I will show you what I used to do. I used to use a lot of flocking. I'm still gonna add a little bit, but not as much as I used to. And these are just little particles, as you can see, like on the cup or in the bottle, you can see a little bit more, the little tiny little pieces. So I'm gonna start with using my primary colors. So I used to rely on a lot of this flesh color and the white, which I'm still going to use. These are silicone pigments. But now I'm gonna use more of my primary color, so red, yellow, and blue. So let's go ahead and begin. I have a video like this before where I did like a darker skin tone and I mixed my own, excuse me, with the primary colors. But it's been a while, so I'm gonna start with yellow. And then I'm going to mix it in with red. And so I'm starting from nothing, so I have to kind of keep that in mind. And I'm gonna mix some blue. So for the blue, I was not well prepared. But for the blue, we're gonna do a touch of blue. Hopefully you can see that. I'm gonna put my pigments to the side and I'm going to let my colors kind of just do the work for me and see where we're at. I'm just eyeballing it, so I just know that those are the colors that are gonna get me what I want. So red and blue and yellow. So this is giving me kind of like an orange color. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna put in more yellow because it's too red. And now a little too orange, so I'm gonna add some more blue. And when you do this, like by eye, you see how that just starts changing right before your eyes. Now it's a brown. Okay, so now I got this darker color, but it's still very translucent, so I'm gonna add some of this flesh. Okay, again, I'm not very prepared. So I'm still using the flesh color, but I'm really relying on my other colors to bring it to life. Okay, so now I'm gonna get some white. And my white is no longer white. It is a mix of colors, but that is okay. It's all gonna mix together perfectly. And it just changes right before your eyes. So we have a long way to go still. I'm still gonna mix all of this together until the cup is clean. But this is the way that I make it. I'm gonna add a little bit more yellow and white. You can't really just add one color and then hope it'll change it. You always have to think of what's gonna happen to it if you throw it off just a bit. You have to balance it. So you always want to add multiple colors when you're adding. And keep mixing until you are happy. So that's kind of how I make a general skin tone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it into each of my cups here. I'm going to be making kind of like a larger size baby. So this is going to be kind of like my my base, and lighten it from there. So I'm giving that general skin color to to it because you can't just use the flesh color. So I'm going to make my base color and then lighten it. So let me go ahead and add, this is going to need a little bit more red. And red is something that I add very, very lightly because it can really change it. As red and blue is something you want to be very, very careful with. Yellow, not so much, just because we have so much yellow in us that, you know, that you can use more generously. But I went ahead and I made my base. I'm going to dilute it, and you can either from this point make it lighter or make it darker. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh my gosh, bye.